Meanwhile, with all this going on, he posted up a storm on Truth Social this week, and he covered a range of topics from Biden and his auto pen to photos of his new ballroom. He bragged about getting the key to the city of Miami. He raged about the price of beef. He plugged his son Eric's book. He bashed Nancy Pelosi. He complained about voter ID. And we learned he's trying to get the NFL to name a stadium after him.
Nikki Haley has launched a series of campaign ads targeting both Donald Trump and Joe Biden called Grumpy Old Men. Okay, but at least they're men.
If you thought things couldn't get any wilder, just wait until you see Jimmy Kimmel and Michael Che each take turns roasting Trump so sharply it feels like watching a fireworks display in slow motion. One delivering rapid-fire zingers like he's racing the clock, while the other lands deadpan punches so precise they could slice through steel, leaving even the furniture looking like it wants to run for cover, because this comedy storm is the kind of chaotic fun you never realized you needed.
You know what they got? They got a promise from Republicans in the Senate to hold a vote on healthcare sometime in the future. And if there's one thing we know about Trump and his merry band of sycophants, it's that their word is as good as gold. Trump reportedly wants the Washington Commanders to give him naming rights to their new stadium. Why would anyone ever want to name anything after Don? I mean, look at Don Jr. It's not exactly a winning strategy.
Volodymyr Zelensky has said that if President Trump provides Ukraine with Tomahawk missiles, he will nominate Trump for a Nobel Peace Prize. You know, the prize they give you for selling missiles.
Picture Trump settling in for a calm night only to realize that Kimmel and Che, entirely separate, totally unplanned, and completely independent, have transformed him into the comedic equivalent of a piñata stuffed with overdue bills and bewildered headlines.
Everything he touched was a loser. Trump hasn't been this embarrassed since he found out there was a Donald Trump Jr. If you're tired of all the losing, fear not, he's got an excuse. In fact, he's got two of them. He wrote, Trump wasn't on the ballot and shutdown were the two reasons that Republicans lost elections tonight. Now, if Republicans had won and he wasn't on the ballot, would he take credit for that? Oh, yes, he definitely would. But
1 minute he's likely choosing which shade of orange communicates power best, and the next he's being verbally pummeled from both sides like the universe scheduled a simultaneous comedy audit he never signed up for.
Another alleged drug smuggling boat from Venezuela has been blown out of the water without warning. And you may not think that's a big deal right now, but one day soon, you'll look at yourself in the mirror and realize you're out of cocaine. President Trump criticized Time magazine for using a bad picture of him on the cover, saying, quote, "They disappeared my hair." And I gotta agree, that thing do look waxed.
The first hit comes from Kimmel, who smiles innocently while delivering lines that could make a marble statue reconsider its life choices, blending charm and ridicule in a way that's almost mesmerizing.
They got a promise from Republicans in the Senate to hold a vote on healthcare sometime in the future. And if there's one thing we know about Trump and his merry band of sycophants, it's that their word is as good as gold.
It's a kind of humor that says, I'm not angry, this is just fascinating to watch. He points out something Trump did, lifts an eyebrow, and suddenly the internet debates whether it's political commentary, performance art, or just the slowest reality show ever. Then Michael Che steps in from his own angle, using a deadpan tone that makes every absurdity feel like a carefully measured blow wrapped in velvet. Che dissects Trump's words as if decoding ancient hieroglyphs written in bronzer, his calm disbelief highlighting the chaos while Trump remains in his own ecosystem of unwavering self-confidence, bold choices, and the belief that everything can be solved with a bigger signature.
Shows that of the nearly 100 Trump nominees confirmed by the Senate, only 2 of them were black. 2 black people out of 100? I mean, what is this, my Tinder matches? President Biden on Friday told reporters that he had no comment on Trump's indictment, and then he danced away like the Six Flags guy.
Watching them separately is like seeing 2 scientists stumble on the same mysterious plant and debate whether it's poisonous, sentient, or simply misplaced. Kimmel handles Trump like a playful documentary narrator, slicing absurdity with surgical precision, while Che approaches him like someone reluctantly explaining the unbelievable to a skeptical crowd, shrugging and letting the jokes land on their own. And the magic? They're not collaborating exhilarating. No joint show, no secret meetings, just two comedic forces independently reacting to the same spectacle, producing a perfectly unplanned, double-barreled roast.
On November 10th, 1983, under Ronald Reagan, they shut down the government. It lasted for 3 full days. Can you imagine the government being shut down for 3 days? Here in the present, we are on day 41 of the Trump government shutdown. Democrats refuse to sign on to a bill that would force millions of Americans off their health care and make it much more expensive for those who can't afford health care. So Democrats drew a line in the sand. They said, we are not going over this. And today, after 41 days, they pulled out a shovel and a bucket and they ate all that sand.
You can imagine Trump scrolling through headlines, thinking he's the hero of an epic saga, dismissing Kimmel at first as just another comedian doing his thing. But then Che appears, analyzing Trump with calm, incredulous amusement, leaving him wondering if his TV has joined forces against him. Kimmel's humor feels like a gentle yet powerful toss of chaos, highlighting absurdities with childlike enthusiasm, while Che delivers observations with patient disbelief, as though narrating a rare wildlife documentary at 3 in the morning.
Plans to come to New York on Tuesday to protest Trump's indictment because apparently it takes her 3 days to put on her Joker makeup. Felonies, lead the free world and be the president of the United States? That's it. I'm listening to R. Kelly again. I already do, but I'm gonna stop pretending I don't. If white people can elect their felons, I could dance to mine.
Together, they turn Trump into a character from a surreal sketch show. Whether he's pitching ideas like an infomercial or speaking with absolute certainty, Trump provides all the material. Kimmel and Che respond independently, like chefs competing over who can make the spiciest dish from the same ingredients. No planning, no memo, just instinctive comedic reactions. Kimmel's approach is a polite yet pointed intervention, letting reality speak for itself before layering it with outrageous but accurate comparisons. Che's dry wit lands like a man who accidentally wandered into absurdity and refuses to leave until he's made sense of it.
But he lost, and then he posted this. He posted, "And so it begins," which was either a response to Mamdani winning the mayoral race or he just sat down on the toilet. I don't know. And so it begins. And so what begins? I mean, seriously, what is that supposed to mean? What would motivate him to post "and so it begins" at almost midnight? What would compel him to contact his social media guy, Dan Scavino, that late at night to say, "Dan, I need you to post 'and so it begins'."
Their contrasting styles create a comedic echo chamber around Trump, amplifying every bizarre choice. Kimmel's lively chaos meets Che's calm, skeptical wit, forming layers of disbelief that highlight the sheer unpredictability of Trump's behavior. Trump might insist they're jealous of him, but really, the comedians see him as a raccoon in a dumpster, neither brilliant nor malicious, just committed to whatever he's doing. One moment, Trump is watching Kimmel muttering under his breath about unfairness. The next, Che hits him with another perspective, turning a quiet night into a gauntlet of humor he never expected.
The report shows that after Donald Trump was elected, the wealth of the world's 10 richest people grew by more than $60 billion. Yep, the richest people immediately got richer. But don't worry, I'm sure yours is coming soon, Earl. Amazon is planning to donate $1 million to Donald Trump's inauguration. It makes sense because Amazon and Trump both want to ship stuff out as fast as possible. Donald Trump's inauguration ceremony has been moved inside the Capitol building. Hey, just like last time.
Trump probably wonders if they're coordinating. They aren't. His actions simply provide endless material. Switching between their perspectives is like flipping channels between two distinct styles, one playful, one deadpan, both aimed at the swirling contradictions of his public persona. The result is an accidental masterclass in comedic timing. Kimmel highlights Trump's flair for exaggeration, turning each claim into a spectacle worthy of inspection, while Che treats it like a puzzle, analyzing with disbelief and a wry smile. By the end, every statement has been roasted, dissected, and reimagined, not by collaboration, but by Trump's own relentless unpredictability.
Now, obviously, in fairness, we have different perspectives on the job the president is doing. Some people believe Trump has accomplished a lot. And so in the interest of that, in fairness and balance, we will let the president himself make the case for whether or not he is making America great over the last 100 days.
The first of these is an executive order. The Biden administration launched what you've called a war on showers.
I like to take a nice shower to take care of my beautiful hair.
This is an executive order relating to the use of...
The most most fascinating part is how each comedian turns Trump into a completely different character. In Kimmel's world, he's a flamboyant engine of chaos powering a surreal reality. In Che's, he's a walking plot twist challenging logic itself. Two comedic masters independently transform him into a spectacle. No team-ups, no plans. Just reactions to a man whose statements deserve warning labels. By week's end, Trump is roasted with exuberance on one channel and puzzled over on another, while he remains unapologetically himself, supplying endless content for anyone with a microphone and a sense of humor. This overlapping comedic chaos proves that Trump's headline-making ability is unstoppable. Even isolated comedians would converge on the same moments within days.
Inauguration Day falls on Martin Luther King Day, and if Dr. King were alive today, I bet Trump would walk right up to him and say, "Oh snap, it's Ben Carson." He doesn't know who they are. Trump's Inauguration Day falls on Martin Luther King Day, and if Dr. King were alive today, I bet Trump would walk right up to him and say, "Oh snap, it's Ben Carson." We'll also honor Bill Clinton by being covered in semen. Men of the sea, men of the sea.
As long as Trump keeps producing unpredictable material, Kimmel and Che will continue firing their comedic responses into the world. We, the audience, get to enjoy the accidental entertainment ecosystem that emerges whenever Trump says, well, basically anything. Trump throws out a wild claim or idea, and two comedians, miles apart, independently treat it like a baffling group project. Kimmel reacts like someone marveling at a circus that refuses to end. Che like someone trapped inside it, determined to make sense. And Trump, ever confident, moves forward, unknowingly fueling two separate comedy ecosystems thriving on chaos. Next time Trump makes headlines, don't be surprised if Kimmel and Che independently turn it into back-to-back comedic events. All you need is popcorn. If you enjoyed this chaotic comedy showdown and want more deep dives into the moments everyone's talking about, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join us here at Jacob Reports for all the latest news, reactions, and exclusive breakdowns you won't see anywhere else.